Yeah, good morning, children. So let's start with the next class. So let's list out some things that we use in our day-to-day life. Okay, some things that we drink, some things that we eat. Okay, so tomato and dishwash, hand wash. Okay, and what else? Sanitizer, because nowadays we are using all these things, hand wash and sanitizer. So everyone, almost everyone of us are using this. Then lemon, then what else? I hope this is clear. Or let me write down once again for you people. Lemon. Then the various fruit juices that you drink, cold drinks, etc. There are various other things that we use in our day-to-day life. Now, this lemon that we use, or the tomato that we use, how do they taste? Or bitter gourd. One more that you can take is bitter gourd. That you use. So how do they taste? Some of them are sour, some of them are sour, some of them are bitter, and some of them are sweet. What are the sweet substances? Potatoes that you take, they are sweet. Okay, so these substances which give us the different taste. So in terms of science, you can classify them as acids and bases. You can classify them as what? Acids and bases. And the present topic of ours is acids and bases. Acids and bases. Now what is an acid and what is a base? So what is an acid? An acid is a substance which is sour in taste. Okay? And acid is a substance which is sour in taste. Okay? And when you are talking about science, you need some kind of proof, like, isn't it? So where you have to test them, like this is an acid, and you can't eat every substance. You can't eat dishwash, you can't taste sanitizer, or you can't taste hand wash. So all these are the substances which cannot be tasted, but you have to know whether they are acids or bases. Then how could you know? Then how could you come to know whether they are acids or bases? Is by conducting a test. Okay, so what is that test? A litmus paper. We can use a litmus test. We call it as litmus test. If you test with a litmus, and what is a litmus? Litmus is a paper which helps in identifying whether a particular substance is an acidic substance or a basic substance. You get these litmus in two colors, that is red and blue. Litmus will be in two colors, red and blue. This is a paper. What I am telling you is a paper, and which is a natural one which is extracted from lychees, plants. Okay, and then it is made into a paper, and two different colors they have. They are used to identify acid, whether it is an acid or a base. So which one is used to identify whether it is an acid? So if it is an acid, we use a blue litmus. Blue litmus will turn to red in color. Blue will turn to red in color, which indicates, which tells us that it is a acidic substance. And these indicators, I told you litmus paper is called as an indicator. Indicator means the substance which tells us whether it is an acid or a base is called as an indicator, right? So we have two types of indicators, natural indicators and artificial indicators. So what are natural indicators? The litmus paper that is used, or the turmeric you can use, or you can even use beetroot, you can use red cabbage, you can use rose, you can use hibiscus. Different types of flowers can also be used to test whether a particular substance is an acidic substance or a basic substance. This I'll show you the experiment in the next video. For this video, I'll give you just the details of what is an acid and what is a base. The next we'll go with the activity. In the next session, we'll go with the activity. I'll show you the different types of substances, whether they are acidic or basic. You can know, and you can easily prepare in the house and test for them. Okay. So indicators are of two types. They are natural indicators and artificial indicators. So natural means they are got from the nature. Natural indicators doesn't mean that they are something got from the nature, like that we plug them and use them. So we need to, they are used in the state what they are, but we just make them into a paste or a powder like that. Okay, we don't mix any kind of chemical, artificial things in them. So these are prepared by the man using different types of chemicals. Naphthalene and phenaphthalene and is one of the artificial indicator which is used to test whether a particular substance is a acid or a base. Okay, now let's come back to this topic. So how to identify whether a particular substance is an acid? Acids are sour in taste and they turn blue litmus to red in color. This is an indicator. Okay, so and how can we say whether a particular substance is, and they don't give any kind of foam or lather when soap is used. Okay, now base. Now what is a base? It's an opposite one. Base is a substance which is bitter to taste. It is bitter to taste. Okay, and soapy to touch. If you touch them, it will be soapy bases. Soapy to touch. The best examples are the dishwash, hand wash, and these two are the best examples. They are the bases. And sanitizer is an acid. Dishwash and hand wash that are used, they are the bases. And hand wash is an acid because it has some amount of alcohol in it. Okay. So bitter to taste, bases are, if you taste them, they will give a taste. They will be bitter, just like bitter karela, right? Soaps and soapy to touch. So if you touch them, they will be slippery. They will be soapy to touch. Okay, and they turn litmus test. If you go with litmus test, you should not taste acids. Chemical acids should not be tasted, right? Or bases also should not be tasted chemically. This in general are day-to-day life applications, whatever the things that we eat. In general, we are talking about this. So litmus test. So these turn red litmus to blue in color. If a particular substance is base, what does it do? It turns red color litmus to blue in color. Now, if the substance does not change any of its color, if red litmus is dipped or blue litmus is dipped, red remains as red, blue remains as blue, then what are they called? They are called as neutral. Neutral substances. Okay. Those are neutral substances. They do not show any change. Do not show any change in the color of the litmus. Whether it is red, it remains red. If it is blue, it remains blue. Such kind of solutions, they are called as neutral solutions, or substances, they are called as neutral substances. The best example is water. Water is a neutral substance. There are many other substances that are neutral that we are going to see in our activity. What are those neutral substances? Okay. And I hope this is clear. So what are acids and what are bases? Apart from these natural substances, we also have the artificial substances. What I told you is which are made by man. They are made out of minerals like sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid. Like this, we have different types of acids which are made out of minerals. They are called as artificial. Okay, which are prepared by man. These are the natural ones which have acids and bases in the food. Even soil also have acidic and basic in nature. Depending on that, the food crops are grown, and even the different colors of flowers or vegetables, all these is purely based on the acidic and basic nature of the soil and the growth of the plant. Now, I hope this is clear to everyone, and yeah, let's once revise. So basically, we have two types of substances. They are acidic and basic substances, and some substances, they don't have any kind of acids and bases in them. They are called as neutral substances. So what are acids? Acids are the substances which are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus to red. Okay, and you should not touch them. These chemicals should not be touched, should not be tasted. Now bases, they are bitter in taste and they are soapy to touch, and they turn red litmus to blue. And neutral substances, they do not show any kind of change in color. Red remains red and blue litmus remains blue itself. Okay, and they are indicators. What are indicators? Substances which are used to test whether a particular thing is an acid or a base. They are called as indicators. So we have two types of indicators. They are natural indicators and artificial indicators. What are natural indicators? The substances that, like litmus paper, or the turmeric powder that can be used, or the beetroot juice that is used, anything like the natural ones which are used, flowers that are used, all those come under indicators. What indicators? Natural indicators. Now what are artificial indicators? These are prepared by the man using some kind of minerals. So methyl orange and phenolphthalein. What are artificial indicators? Methyl orange and phenolphthalein are the artificial indicators which are used to identify whether a particular substance is an acid or a base. Okay, in the next class we will see the applications of these acids and bases and how to test them in our day-to-day life. In what substances are these acids and bases used, and in what substances are they present, and how to neutralize. Neutralize means reduce the acidic and basic nature in a particular substance. Okay, let's see in the next class.